Good morning, cultists. Welcome back to another unbalanced breakfast with CthuLoops. Alright, so in the last episode, after some much dawdling and faffing about, we finally picked up the Ancient Empire Songbook, which I believe is the lizard songbook that allows us to control people who have been enslaved or whatever, I think. And I think this will allow us to interact with the ship, according to what the cat and the rat have told me. Anyways, also in between episodes, I bought, or rather, I sold a whole bunch of our crap. So now Losa's not just lugging around bullshit. I just realized something. You need to give the money over to Fabrosi, but also we need to sell this crap too. We'll sell the worn teddy bear as well as Irma's doll, considering that Irma is probably dead as shit. And also we can't go back to Fort Joy, I don't think, maybe? At least not right now. But anyways, so we did some trading with Tarquin, or Tequila, or whatever his name is. And I also... No, wait. As a result, not also, I bought some stuff like the Wondrous Wraps. Now, I'm a little torn. I'm not sure if I want the Wondrous Wraps over the Grasping Gloves. Because while the Wondrous Wraps and the... I just realized that both are alliterations. While the Wondrous Wraps give us more physical and magical armor, as well as wits and thievery and shocking touch, it does get rid of Fortify from Sibyl, which has proven to be very, very, very useful over the last little while. And that is a problem, of course, because Fane does not have the Fortify skill. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe we should talk to some of these guys and see if they might carry an extra Fortify skill book or something? I don't know. Maeve, do you have any Fortify skill books? You don't, but you appear to have some healing potions that we would like to buy off you. Thank you very much. And we're just going to offer you all our wares. We're not going to offer you all our wares, because that's apparently way too much. Not even the glass. Maybe the pitchers? Sure. And then we'll balance it out with money. Otherwise, you got tin stockings. Maybe Fabrosi? Tin stockings, buddy? Oh, no. He's got the Tyrant Stride. Yeah, we're really gonna have to replace out the Tyrant Stride stuff later on. But anyways, wares. We're gonna sell you the pitchers and buy the healing potions and shit. Bye, Maeve. Okay, who else is next? You got Gareth. Gareth, do you have some stuff to sell us? Like specifically Fortify skill book by any chance? Are you a Geomancer type dude? Let's find out.
Void Slayer, Worm Killer, Godwoken. You have many names. Let's add ship's captain to the list once we get this thing moving, shall we?
Before we resume our, what I assume to be a disgusting conversation, how about we trade? And yes, he does have some Geomancer stuff. Oh, there we go. Fortify skill book. Let's do it. Losa, can you please buy this for us? And let's offer all our wares and balance things out. Perfect. You know what? We might as well sell the Grasping Gloves then, right? Let's do it this way. Bam. Fantastic. Whoa.
Undead's a name I wasn't expecting to call you, mind. When Malady revealed the truth to me, I was unprepared. But Lucian works in mysterious ways. It is his will that brought you to us.
Oh my god. Are you gonna shove your religion down my throat? Please don't. And I just realized that we hadn't actually talked to Gareth after we got on the boat here, so... maybe this is actually a good cue that we should talk to our companions as well. Well, anyways, tell Gareth you can't wait to get moving. What's the destination? Remark on his tiff with Malady. Can we remark on his disgusting mustache? Ask about Milady. You thought she was a seeker too. Undead. Lucian? Tell him it seems it's Amadia guiding your journey, not Lucian. Sure.
The divine is the avatar of all the gods, my friend. It was through his spirit, and maybe one day yours, that the seven do speak.
Oh my god.
You may not speak to him directly, but he is always guiding you. In this, you must trust me.
Good grief. Please stop shoving your religion down my throat. How about I shove your religion up your ass? Alright, tell Gareth you can't wait to get moving, sure.
Driftwood, of course. Little fishing village. Not very welcoming, but you'll brighten it up, I'm sure.
Are you hitting on me?
Got family near there. Not the adventuring types. For the best, really.
Well, if you have family, maybe you can talk to your parents about shaving off your damn mustache.
Meister Siva's there too. My leader. Our leader. She held the Seekers together when we had every reason to fall apart.
Ask about Meister Siva. What makes her so special anyway?
Think of her as a teacher. The powers of the Seven stir in you. She'll reveal them to you. Show you how to manipulate them.
Wait, there was another option to ask him about how the Seekers are falling apart. Why is that gone? Ah, damn. Mention his spat with Milady.
I won't let the fallen be forgotten. I'd be no better than Dallas, no better than Alexander, if I just tossed their remains into the sea.
Well, you would be feeding the ocean wildlife, like sharks.
To think that whelp spawned from greatness. He deserves no better fate than his silent monks. All this blood. Children ripped from families. Seekers ripped from me.
Whoa, buddy. Calm your tits, please. Take it down a notch.
He's down there now, guarded like some precious jewel, rather than leashed and flogged like the dog he is.
Okay, again, another point. Please don't go around flogging dogs. If you need to put down a dog, do so in the most humane way possible, okay? Unless the dog is attacking you, then you can fucking kill it, like, you know, kill it dead. But otherwise, please, don't go around flogging dogs.
Amazing to think those of us in the Order once assumed the gods were with him, and only him.
Wait a
That
minute.
was before we found the others.
Those of us in the Order. Oh, pause. He was in the Order? As in the Divine Order? Okay.
The Seekers were once part of the Order, my friend.
Oh, I see.
When Lucian died, we waited. Yet Alexander never rose to divinity. And then we started to find more like him. More Godwoken. And we weren't the only ones looking. A killer had marked them too.
Can we comment on how your voice sounds different all of a sudden?
The Seekers were born. We found Godwoken, housed them, fed them. I loved them like family. I was naive.
Ugh.
But let's leave the past in the past and reach for what's ahead.
Okay, ask about Milady. She spoke as if she weren't a Seeker.
She's not. Well, not in the strictest sense. She's not exactly an elf either. Half demon, Meister Siva says, and I don't doubt it. I don't know how Siva came to know her, but Malady's a proper ally. She's not easy to like, but
What?
there are times I admire her coldness.
Well, I'd say I admire a little bit more than just her coldness. I'm not gonna lie. Where'd she go? She was here like a second ago, and then now she's disappeared? The shit? Where's Melody? Is it because I've been calling her Milady this whole time? She got really pissed off? Well, anyways. Now, where was I?
Gareth fingers the hilt of his blade. He stares at nothing in particular before turning his gaze back to you.
Alright, I'm glad we're done with this conversation, you disgusting man.
Keep Lucian close, Godwoken.
Oh, seriously, shove your fucking religion up your ass. Jeez, what an asshole. Alright, the whole reason why we spoke to him in the first place was to get Fane the Fortify skill book. Good grief, Fane. I hope this is worth it, man. Like, seriously. Jeez Louise. Alright, let's get that in there. Fantastic. What a pain in my ass that conversation was. Actually, speaking of conversation, I might want to talk to some of my companions and see if they have something new to say. Let's start with Lohse.
Pretty nice ship, eh? Captain Lohse. Has a ring to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so. Ask what she thinks your next move ought to be.
I had a little chit-chat with Malady earlier. She told me I need to find someone to, exercise the thing in my noggin.
Exercise or exercise? As in, like, put it into a training wheel and, like, make it run laps around the gym or something.
Apparently, I'll be able to find him near Driftwood, where we're heading. Exciting.
Indeed. Ask Lohse what she makes of the Seekers.
Depends which one. Most of them seem a little too earnest for my taste. But Malady, she's my kind of girl.
You know what? I agree.
In any case, it looks like they're probably going to help me find out whatever's leeching off my magnificent brain. So I'm not too pressed about being in the same boat.
I am, especially when I have to talk or listen to Gareth drivel on about fucking Lucian and the Divine and shit.
Ha, the same boat.
Okay. Tell Losa there's something on your mind. Ask if she has a minute to talk. Sure.
Sure thing, Chief. What's up?
Look at her with concern. Tell her her eyes are looking worse. Maybe we'll hold off on that for now. Maybe we'll bring that up when we're in better moods, or I don't know. Tell her you spoke to one of the gods in the Hall of Echoes. Ask where she'll go once this is all over. Shh. You know what? Yeah, let's just tell her that her eyes are looking a little worse.
She bats her eyelashes coquettishly over black eyes in grey sockets.
Oh, hello.
Just for you, Chief.
Indeed. Yeah, you know what? We'll tell her that we spoke to one of the gods.
One of the gods? Really? Well, look at you go.
Damn right.
What did they say?
Tell her the truth. You met Amadia and she told you that she, Losa, was a liability. Tell her half the truth. Say you met the goddess Amadia and she called you her champion. Leave off the part where she told you to get rid of Losa. Tell her you rather not say. I think Losa really appreciates her candor in regards to her, you know, darkness or whatever. So I think we should just tell her that Amadia thinks that Losa's a liability.
One of the gods said that.
Oh, did I make a mistake?
Losa huffs on her fingernails and buffs them on her tunic, smirking.
Nice.
Okay, well, she's taking it a lot better than I expected. Tell her it sounded quite serious. Say you hope she knows you wouldn't abandon her over some apparition. Ask what she thinks about that. Let's just say that we are not going to abandon her over some apparition.
Her face cracks into a mischievous smile. She capers around you, bouncing from one foot to the next, chanting.
We've done it. We've turned her into a cultist.
You like me, you really, really like me.
She stops suddenly, goes rigid, then relaxes, smiles broadly, and leans over to whisper in your ear.
Psst. I like you too.
Hot damn. We did it, guys. We did it. We're in. We're in, ladies and gentlemen. We are in. Alright,
Nice
we're not
ship,
done with
eh?
the conversation,
Captain
though.
Losa. Has a ring to it, doesn't
Well,
it?
we already know what you're supposed to do next. How about,
Sure thing, Chief. What's up?
let's ask her where she'll go once this is all over.
You know, wherever the next road leads, I guess. I never was one to sit in one place too long. How about you? You missing home by now?
Well, Fabrosi doesn't really have a home. He destroyed it in an attempt to, I guess, maybe kill a spider or something, which was his mistake, because you should never kill a spider. Gently guide it outside, you know, put it into a cup, and then just gently guide it outside, and then of course the next day it'll be back in the exact same spot where it was before, and terrify all the children and whatnot. Anyways, think for a moment and say that it's not so much where, but a when that you'd like to return to. Tell her that you hadn't had a real home in years. Shake your head, you're happy enough exactly where you are. Nod, you'll be happy to return home when this is all over. Realize that you don't want to talk about it and change the subject. We haven't had a real home in years.
I hear you. I've always kind of felt like home isn't really a place or a time or anything like that. It's just a feeling you get.
Alright, yeah, sure, I can understand.
It's all in the mind.
Ask her if she feels at home now. Yeah, sure.
I think as long as I might lose myself at any moment, I'll feel like a bit of a stranger, no matter where I go.
Say that if it helps, she's no stranger to you, visitor or no. Say you ought to move, you've been chatting long enough. Say that there's just one thing to do then, find a cure. Let's just reassure her.
That does help. Thanks, Chief.
Nice. We're doing well pretty, so far with her attitude. Anything else to talk about?
Sure thing, Chief. What's up?
Nope, that's it. Alright. Bye, Losa. Now, Sibyl, your turn. Let's grill you on your life story or whatever.
A moment's pause. I had thought us too wicked for rest.
Nice. Now you're talking Fabrosi's language. Ask Sibyl what our next move should be.
What use Fort Joy had has been spent. New hunting grounds wait across the sea, so by all means, let us sail.
Okay, tell her you've noticed the ship is scarred just like she is.
Ha! People will enslave anything these days. At least back in my day, they had the elegance to opt for an elf.
Ask Sibyl where she's from. Where's home?
Home? There's no such thing.
Okay.
I hail from the land that was, the kingdom of fog, the grave of divinity. If ever I had a home, it has long since gone up in the smoke of death fog. along with so many elves. So, no home, except everywhere.
So kind of like Losa.
The world is mine. It's mine because I say it is.
She looks at you expectantly.
Yes. You may bow before the Queen of the World.
Play along, go down on bony knee and bow to her, shake your head, tell her you don't bow, it's not your thing. I think Sebille has a surprisingly playful streak or side to her, so you know what? Let's just try playing along.
We, the Queen of the World, smile upon thee with favor. We dub thee Knight of the Needle. Arise, good sir, and wear your title proudly.
Pretty shitty title as far as titles go.
She takes you by the hands and laughs heartily as you stand up.
How kind
Nice.
of you to play along. We won't forget.
Say that something incredible happened. You met with your god in the Hall of Echoes. Sure, let's just divulge our deepest secrets to everyone.
You don't say. I too had the pleasure. Of course, when I say pleasure, I mean the distinct dishonor.
Laugh. What's the matter? Did his breath smell? She seems awfully serious. What happened? Let's just laugh about it.
Like death and desperation. I'd rather not talk about it.
Say that you can tell she's upset. You'd like a chance to comfort her if you can. Tell her not to be so childish. Out with it. Respect her privacy. You'll say no more about it. Let's not chide her. But I also want to press her a little bit. Let's just tell her that we're here for her.
She hesitates, but you can tell she wants to speak.
The thing is, Tyrsendilius, the old father, the Golden Leaf, he wants me to become the next divine.
Say that Amadia told you the same thing. Say that doesn't sound all that bad. Should we tell her that Amadia said the same thing to us? Or should we maybe just not? Let's just, sure. I mean, we told Losa, so let's just tell Amadia that, or tell her that Amadia told us the same thing.
Her eyes fix on some unseen thing of darkness.
Beware of gods bearing gifts.
Or do you mean Trojans bearing gifts?
Divinity. And yet, he treated me.
Like a mortal, like a slave, like a devotee, remained silent. Like a slave?
Exactly. His was an exercise in power. Brutal, like all true power is. His was a lesson, meant to discipline, not to edify. Why would I obey such a god?
Yeah, sounds like a bit of a douche. Tell her not to remember his actions, only his call to action. He wants her to be the next divine. Tell her obedience is part of life sometimes. She shouldn't take it to heart. That sounds terrible to Sebille. Say that by all means she should disobey. You'll be the next divine, not her. That seems a little aggressive. Just go with the first option.
Like I said, beware of gods bearing gifts. But I do appreciate the sentiment.
Nice. Fantastic. Alright. I guess we're done talking to Sebille. That's good. Alright, Fane, what about you, buddy?
How can one be seasick when one has no stomach?
Yeah, seriously, man. Like, how do you get diseased and poisoned and bled and shit, man?
This is heinously unfair.
Well, the poison part, I agree with because it heals us, but still. Smirk and ask what he, in his wisdom, thinks you should do.
Set sail, for the love of all things, set sail. The sooner I am off this carved monstrosity, the better.
Ask Fane what happened to him.
I fell victim to the enemy of all great minds. Fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of change. These are the things that poison civilizations.
Alright, yeah, fair enough. I agree.
I was on the cusp of a glorious breakthrough, but my king's fear held me back.
Ask him what his breakthrough was.
I discovered a veil hanging across the universe. A barrier of pure source. It was amazing. The kind of discovery on which a civilization turns.
I seem to be giving yourself a lot of credit there, buddy.
Who knows what secrets may have been hidden behind that curtain? But my king forbade me from further investigation.
Ask what the king was so afraid of.
Do you know, I never thought to ask. Between him purging me and casting me into a traitor's tomb.
Purging you as in like stripping you of your source or what?
What a foolish oversight. If only I'd had your prescience and curiosity, I could have saved myself centuries of pondering that very question.
Yeah, if only you did, Fane. If only you fucking did, you sarcastic bitch. And he purged you for being curious. That seems a little rough.
Well, certainly he was not pleased with my insistence that we investigate. But the king's word is law. Was law. But the reason I was purged was slightly less intellectual. After the king refused to let me investigate the Veil, I brought the issue up with others. The 7 lords. Beneath the king in authority, but far above me. I brought them my research. I showed them everything. I had hoped they would help me convince the king of his error, but before they or I could act, I was arrested and, well, my sentence was carried out.
Just like that? Damn. No trial or court? If it's a barrier of pure source, he could have used it to gather great power then.
I mean, yes. I suppose you could have drained the power from it, but that would have weakened it significantly. It would be quite irresponsible. After all, the power of the thing is not the point. It hid something. Who knows what that might have been? The secrets to the universe could have lain behind that curtain. But I was not given the chance to find out.
Maybe the answer to the ultimate question and the universe and everything?
Now, I fear I never will.
Okay, ask how he feels about his
He
king.
ceased to be my king the moment he turned on me. I did nothing wrong. All I wanted was to further the knowledge of the Eternals. Who knows? Had I been allowed to continue my studies, perhaps I could have warded off whatever catastrophe befell them.
Okay, change the subject. Ask Fane what the eternal civilization was like.
The skeleton stands quietly for a moment.
I'm not sure. Centuries in a tomb can warp one's memory.
But how? I mean, you don't have a brain.
I remember the big things, of course. My library, my home, my king, my family. But the rest, it's all covered in a fog. And the more I see of this world, the thicker that fog seems to get.
You're intrigued by his ruler. Ask what an eternal king is like.
Once I would have boasted that it was the best form of government. Indeed, it was the only form of government we knew. Living forever under the rule of a wise king is one thing. But if that king should turn into a despot, if he should reject philosophy and the natural arts for the sake of power, well, I cannot imagine a worse torture.
A library? He was a librarian? Did he also drag his knuckles and have an patch of like orange fur all across his body and get very angry when people call him a monkey?
I was a scholar, researching the secrets of the universe. Had I been allowed to proceed, my people could have ascended to godhood as one.
Whoa, really? That many gods? Are you sure about that?
An entire race of deities, with a perfect understanding of the universe. It would have solved all of our problems.
Or caused an infinite number more, maybe. Ask about his home. You can't imagine how it might have looked like.
Indeed you cannot. Nothing in this world compares to it. We crafted our homes from stone and crystal, using the power of the universe itself to keep them in place.
That seems like terrible. Like a terrible, terrible idea. Like what if one day it craps out and everything just falls on you?
Your people, on the other hand, seem quite content to sit about in smoky hovels, held together by straw and filth.
Well, that's just Fabrosi. He likes to wallow in his filth.
It's a mercy I don't have a nose. I cannot imagine how you stand it.
Point out that my family came rather low in his list.
They came rather low in my life, alas. My wife and daughter always had to compete with my work for my attention. And my work was always stiff competition. They were often neglected. I wonder how many more years they spent neglected before.
Ugh.
Well, before whatever happened, happened.
Alright. Compliment Fane on his mask. It's really quite convincing. You mean the thing he's wearing right now? Not really. Or are you talking about the actual thing that we took from that dead lady after she stole it from Fane?
Well, of course it is. It was crafted with care. 100% ethically harvested from mortals, too. The quality is second to none.
Nice. Ask how you ethically harvest faces.
Oh, you simply wait until the creature is dead, preferably of natural causes. Although that does limit your choices somewhat. You may end up with quite a few sagging faces. I will never understand why you have so readily accepted aging, or digestion. They are frightful pastimes.
Well, I'm with you on digestion, but aging... I don't know, aging can be fun sometimes, but only if you do it sparingly and only on Tuesdays. But otherwise, yeah, I admit that aging can be a slight drag. It gets pretty expensive too. You know, all the adult diapers and the laxatives or in the fiber and whatnot. You know how it is, or maybe you don't. Say that he must really enjoy battlefields.
Up to a point, certainly. They are frightfully loud, but the selection afterwards is quite good. The faces are often what you might call fixer-uppers, but they're young and quite serviceable, if you get them before the flies do. Poison is preferred, of course. No marks to the face, the subject can be of any age, and death is often quite peaceful.
Maybe.
Not for them, of course, but it's significantly more relaxing for me.
Okay. Say that something incredible happened. You met with your god in the Hall of Echoes.
Indeed, so I gathered from your earlier prattling. I also met someone.
Ask who you met, if not a god. He seems hesitant. Ask what's wrong. Alright, Fane, what's wrong, man?
Oh, nothing is wrong. Simply unexpected. The person I met was without doubt a god. At least by your standards.
What does that mean?
When I wore flesh, I knew her as the Lady Armadia. She was one of the 7 lords that served our king.
Wait a minute. We have the same god? Aw, no. Aw, no. Armadia, you two-timing bitch. Ah, jeez. So his people aren't gone. Tell him that's great news. So Fane actually knew the gods? Ask what they were like.
Naturally, they acted as any lords would. They bowed to their king and sneered at their lessers. And there was an awful lot of sneering, even back then. One can only imagine how much there is now.
Press him for details. You've met your god, but what about the others?
Oh, what do you want from me? I'm not here to gossip and titter about my lords.
Well, you should.
If you wish to know what they were like, you need only to look at yourselves.
Look at Fabrosi? I don't think he really qualifies to represent anyone in this world. Except for, like, the lowliest, the most degenerate of sea cucumbers, maybe.
Each of the races were crafted not just in the image of their gods, but in their temperament too. Vrogir was large and strong as his orcs. Zantezza quick and witty as an imp. And Rallic prone to bouts of fighting and boasting, much like every human I've ever encountered. You were crafted as an act of ego, but one can hardly hold that against the creatures. In truth, the lords never troubled themselves with too much imagination.
Remember that no matter the time, some things never change. Like war. War never changes.
Yes, well, if you are quite finished wasting my time, I believe we have some business to get on with.
The thought of divine power intrigues you. Ask Fane what he would do if he had such power.
What would I do? Oh, dear heart, it is not a question of would. It is a question of what will I do.
Nice.
It is only fitting after all. You worshipped the Eternals as gods. Why not follow one as divine?
Sai, okay, what will he do then? Argue that the gods may have been his folk, but the divine has always been immortal. I don't really care much about the divine. What will you do then?
Lady Armadia has laid out the plight of the world and begged me to help fix it. It is a grave responsibility, but one that I gladly accept.
Argue that the gods may have been his folk, but the divine has always been immortal, sure.
Yes. And how is that working out, I wonder?
I don't really care much.
Perhaps if your precious Lucian had been a little less mortal, you would still have a divine, and the Voidwoken would not be trying to chew on my bones.
I still don't really understand the whole back story or lore with the divine and whatnot. I may have to actually play the previous Divinity games to get a grasp of things.
Honestly, you turn your back for just a few millennia, and the world goes to stink.
Well, that's because Fabrosi's out and about. Alright, fine, that's good. Holy crap, I think we just spent the entire episode just waffling and talking to people, and I'm so sorry about that, guys. Good grief, let me at least talk to the, talk to this thing, or interact with it, or sing it a song, or whatever the fuck I'm supposed to do. And then, end the episode after that or something, I don't know. Sorry about that, guys.
Before you is a towering figurehead carved in the likeness of a dragon. It looms over the bow, its fangs bared at the open sea.
Take a closer look at the details on the figurehead.
There's an odd mark on the side of the figurehead. Battle damage, weather staining. It almost looks like a pattern, however.
Where is it exactly? Is it like, it's supposed to be on the side of the cheek, right? I can't really see it, but Yeah, that's the slave marketing thing that lizards use to enslave people. Sing the song from the tome you found below decks.
The deck beneath you groans
Whoa.
and trembles, like the ship itself
Wah,
is
wah,
awakening
wee,
from
wah.
slumber. A deep sigh emerges, unmistakably the sound of a living being.
Holy crap.
You are not the witch. You are not Dallas.
What's with the autosave? And, yes, I am not the witch.
You sang the song. Now you must decide my fate. Are you to be my new master?
Tell the ship that it is to do as you command from now on. Answer that you are no slaver, you wish for the ship to be free, and hope that it will help you in return. Say that you want to know about more about who or what you're talking to before you come to a decision. Sure.
Ask. I am here to serve in all ways.
Remark that whatever spirits reside in this wood must have had a previous existence. Can it remember anything?
The creaking of the ship eases into a contemplative silence.
Once, I was an elf. I passed away and was reborn as an ancestor tree. In a beautiful forest surrounded by kin of both flesh and root.
Okay.
That time has passed. I saw that forest reduced to a dead place. Then I was taken away. My memories were lost, like the leaves from my branches.
Wow, take it easy. Ask how she came to be like this, a living being in the form of a Magister war
The
vessel.
sails overhead billow outwards suddenly. The sun is blocked, momentarily casting the dragon figurehead into shadow.
Magisters, they raised sacred elven lands and uprooted ancestor trees from the earth. I was one of them. They tore me apart and turned me into this monstrosity.
No, I don't know about monstrosity. You're pretty cool looking as far as figureheads go. But are you trying to say that this entire boat was crafted out of or carved out of one tree? Because that seems a little crazy. Alright, say that you're ready to come to a decision.
The creaking of the ship beneath you ceases, as if it were awaiting your decision with bated breath.
I've been thinking about Fabrosi's character a little bit, and I've come to the realization, or I guess maybe remembering things, that between Fabrosi and Debris, Fabrosi was the more honorable one. He was the one that was less prone to stealing shit. And of course, he has picked up this habit from Debris, so we can blame Debris for that. But, I guess at the core of thing, or at the root of it all, Fabrosi was, kind of more, I guess, more nice to people, perhaps. And Debris is more callous and, self-serving and whatnot. So let's just go with that. Answer that you are no slaver, you wish for the ship to be free, and hope that it'll help you in return.
You are kind, but I can never be free again. Not truly. I am a vessel and must be guided. Let me take you wherever you wish. We can depart as soon as you are ready.
Wait, you weren't really free when you were a tree, though, either, so what the hell?
The ship's awake.
Whoa.
Good.
Guys, don't sneak up on me like that. Holy crap.
Is she ready to sail?
Tell Milady the ship is active and ready to sail. Say there's a few things you'd like to ask her. Be on your way. Let's just ask her some stuff.
Dying to hear them.
Ask how she knew you were undead.
Malady smiles at you. Bright eyes, cruel mouth.
Well, you've eschewed your pretty little mask, haven't you? And besides, I know everything.
No, I didn't eschew my pretty little mask. Gareth told me that you told him. Say that earlier on the beach, she mentioned someone who wanted to meet you, the Meister. Who did she mean?
Meister Siva is one of a rare breed. She'd do anything in the name of a cause, and her cause happens to be you. She's desperate to meet a living Godwoken. She'll be exceedingly pleased we're en route.
Well, I hope she's beautiful.
We'd better not leave her waiting. She's a bit particular.
But what does she look like? Does she look like, I don't know, maybe Natalie Portman or Sarah Rafferty? Either of those beautiful women, maybe. Say that, or Shelob, maybe even, in her human form. Say she didn't answer your question. Who is this person?
She's the founder of these Seekers, and she's powerful. That means something when I say it. Your kind can reach astounding heights. Meister Siva can help you do just that.
Okay, ask where you're going.
A place called Driftwood, host to putrid fish, putrid dwarves, and Meister Siva herself.
Putrid dwarves? That's redundant. But
You'll probably find it quite comfortable.
Well, yeah, I mean, Fabrosi is a degenerate of the lowest form, so take your leave. We're not leaving just now, are we? Because I need to save and end the episode. Again, guys, I'm sorry about the inordinate amount of waffling and gassing and faffing about, but I don't know if I mentioned this, but I like to take my time with RPGs, you know, really get to the story and get to the character progression and development and all that stuff. So yeah, sorry that we're not making as much progress as you might expect or you might want, but I really like to, you know, get to the backstory and whatnot, as I said again. Now I'm sounding like a broken record. Fantastic. So how about I end the episode off before I sound like an even worse broken record or whatever. Alright, so for now, thanks for watching and have a good breakfast.